Hey guys, Joel here, and welcome back to an episode for part of my retro game series that I'm redoing all this month. So I'm really excited to finally talk about this game. I know I mentioned so many times on the channel, finally can talk about it. But before that, I just want to mention that today, it's so beautiful out, finally getting some more consistent weather here in New York City, finally. It's like one day will be nice, then one day it will be cold, one day will be nice, and then the nighttime will be cold. But today seems like a really nice day. As you guys can see, like the sun is like just beaming right now on my shoulder from my sunroof up there. All that good stuff. So it's a really good day, in a good mood. Finally getting some nice sunny weather and everything, not rain, no gloomy days or nothing like that. Everything is just good. So I'm in a great mood. So, what perfect way to not, to not talk about one of my greatest games of all time. That's Final Fantasy VII. So I found this game lying around in a box in the living room. So this copy is the original that my older brother, had bought back then. It's not a second copy he had bought. It's the original that he had when we was growing up. He bought this game, and as you guys can see, it's like so beat up. But it's so good to have this version, the one that we grew up with, the very first one he bought that we all played as a child. So oh my god, it's like so many memories right here. This is something we cannot ever sell. I can't sell, he can't sell. This is something that has to stay with us, because damn, there's like so many memories here. There's mementos right here. It's like a family's like memento or heirloom or something. And it's so great to have it, just that I found it, and we still have it. I actually thought that he had sold it or something, or took it with him because he lives, in Pennsylvania now and everything. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys. Unfortunately, there is no manual. I guess, yeah, I don't know who lost it. I don't know if it was me, one of my other brothers, or what. But you guys can see. Let me get a little closer. Yeah, so I love the artwork. Always love this with these games. You don't see this anymore. Like, you see any PS4 games now? Well, I'm pretty sure for you guys out the PS5, do you see anything like this in the case? No, there's no artwork behind the disc or nothing like that. You're not gonna find this anymore. So I got the disc one, but this thing is like so beat up, it's like breaking apart. So I gotta like be really gentle with it. As you guys see, look. It would be great to like change the case, but like I said, this is history. It's a part of history for us and everything, and this is what we grew up with. So it's like it's best to stay like this, right? So we got a disc two, and then behind this one, we have Sephiroth over there, one of my favorite villains of all time. So yeah, this is good. Oh my god, let me show you guys the back. Yeah, I don't want to break this anymore, so I'm trying to be gentle with it. You guys can see the back and everything. 3 discs, great, all that good stuff. And oh my god, this is so good. Oh, look at this, guys. I don't care. It's beat up, it's a little bit dirty on the front, but this is a great game and everything. I'm so happy that I found this one. The original copy we had back when we was children and everything. This is just great. Oh my god. And there's one thing here that I missed. Something here that really made these games great back then. A company that we're never going to see again. But what do you guys see there? Squaresoft. That's the company, not Square Enix. Squaresoft. That made great JRPGs back then for the PS1 and the PS2 and all that great stuff. This is the company that I miss. We're not going to see them anymore. But there is kind of good news I wanted to mention real quick. I seen an article like I say a few minutes ago, yeah, like a few minutes ago, I seen an article that Sony seems like they're interested in buying Square Enix. So wow. So if that's true, maybe they can finally push these people to go back to their roots and continue doing JRPGs and not doing JRPGs with a Western RPG formula. So let's hope. Let's just pray that we'll finally be able to see. I guess you could say the remnants of SquareSoft within Square Enix if Sony buys them. So I hope that's true. But yeah. But yeah, so it's a great game and everything. I'm gonna show some gameplay footage at the end for you guys and everything, but I'm starting over new, so I'm not gonna have that much game footage like from I would say, like from like the middle of the game or whatever, after you leave Midgar. Most of it's gonna be in Midgar because I'm playing this over now on the PS2. The reason why I'm gonna play this on the PS2 is because I'm able to get it in full screen. On the PS4, I have that port that they ported from the PS1, and that one honestly sucked. Honestly, I'm not really a big fan of it. I don't like that it has a black border, so it's like the screen is like really small and everything on the PS4. I'm not a fan of that port. I feel like it was just a terrible port. The only positive that I like about the PS4 version is that you have the trophies. You know, you get trophies and stuff like that. So it actually does add a lot more replay value if you want to beat like the ultimate weapons, like the ruby weapon and the emerald weapon and all that other stuff. You know, you get the trophies and stuff like that. So I like that. Other than that, I prefer playing the original, and I prefer playing on the PS2 because I can get it in full screen. So a lot better for me. You know, when I have the entire screen set, you know, like filled on a HD TV instead of having everything like boxed in like one spot with the black borders. I don't like that at all. So that's the reason why I'm gonna be playing on the PS2 and get some gameplay footage that way. You know, since I have to start from from scratch and everything. I don't mind. I don't mind starting the game over because it's a great game. I don't mind starting this game over anytime. You know, I can beat the game plenty of times and still have no problem starting over. You know, from the beginning and doing everything all over again because this is such a great game and the story is just so good. Oh my god. I don't know what else to say. Like what else can you guys say? You know, it's Final Fantasy VII, like one of the greatest, JRPGs of all time. And I mentioned this many times, not like that remake shit that they came out with, and then a part two they're gonna be having, was like half of a game and you spending $65 for. Right here, you're getting the full game. And this is still cheaper. You can still get this cheaper on eBay, for with full game, for cheap on eBay and enjoy the game for what it is, from beginning to end. You can leave Midgar, enjoy everything on the world map, and all the towns they have, and all the secrets they have, going to Gold Saucer, and all that great stuff. Like, yeah, the remake has nothing on this one. I don't care what anyone says, but a lot of those people who do like the remake, I would say it's more of this newer generation that never grew up with these great games, or many of people my age, I would say, that never even played Final Fantasy VII, but played the remake. But if they ever played the original, then they will know that this is actually the better version. There's plenty of people like that. There's some newer generation that just they wouldn't even go back to these games. And then there's plenty of other people who never played the original, but I'm pretty sure when they play this one, they'll know this is the better version. Not that crap where they went more action based and more of this Western RPG bullshit that a lot of these Japanese companies are doing now. Only a small few, like I've already mentioned, like the Trials of Cold Steel series and stuff like franchise and stuff that's still staying true to the traditional JRPG, like mechanics and everything, the method or whatever that I still, support. But like I said, if Sony is considering buying Square Enix and they succeed, hopefully it'll change and it could finally go back to the Square Enix that we all remember, even like with a little touch of Square Soft, all that good stuff. But but yeah, so I'm really happy to like be talking about this game and everything. And I know I've been mentioning Square Enix again. I know I was gonna rant on it, but we're talking about Square Soft and we're talking about Final Fantasy VII. So that's the reason why I wanted to do this video today, because also I found this, so I really wanted to talk about it and everything. Because right here, having this original in my hands again, this is childhood, right? This is my childhood memories right here and everything growing up. So it's really good to have this. And yeah, not gonna get rid of it, sell it, whatever. This is gonna stay with us. But yeah, hopefully they don't try and sell it. My other brothers. But yeah, so the story is really good. I really love the story because it's kind of like what's going on now in the world and everything. Like how you have these like money hungry corporations and stuff that's like all out for themselves while they don't care about their own people. Everyone's like living in poverty and stuff like that, hungry, starving, they have no jobs, no money. But these companies like lining their pockets with more money, from this like destroying the planet, and all that stuff. It's like what's going on now. The same story where you have the president of Midgar and everything, and how he treats his people. Like he has like the upper class and he has a lower class that lives in the slums and stuff like that. And you already know the ones in the slums, the ones that go through all the hardships, not being treated right. And the upper class is the ones that have all the special treatment. They live good and all that stuff. And you have this company that's just like destroying the planet. Like it's kind of like oil, like an oil company or something. Like or coal or whatever. That is just pumping all this like energy from the planet and everything, destroying it. But they don't care because as long as they're making a lot of money off of it, they're getting rich off of it, or richer, I should say. They don't care what's going on with the planet. So that's what I like about this story, because it's just like in real life with these money hungry corporations and stuff, and how they don't really care about the world or care about their poor citizens and stuff like that, the poor people and everything, and they just worry about this money. So that's why I really like this story, because the story is it's true. It's like it's something that really goes on in the world today, and maybe not even of today. This has been going on for years. So I feel like this game really touched down on a real topic, something that's really been going on, in this world for like, generations and everything, especially here, in America with these American corporations and stuff, like how they like so money hungry, and these people, these guys in suits and stuff, all they care about is money. They don't care about nothing else, or they don't care about your feelings or whatever hardships you're going through. So that's why I like this game a lot, because it really does tell a great story about that, and how these um these corporations are, even politicians, because they talk about the president, president of Shinra and stuff like that. So it has that, that touch of like, like politics in it, also with like, companies, corporations and stuff like that. And you have this rebel faction that's fighting against them to like stop them from destroying the planet and trying to help the poor people and stuff. It's great. Like, what other game has a story like that? And it's good. With Skies of Arcadia, when I did that video and I talked about it, the story almost could be a little bit similar, because Vi is a sky pirate that's actually trying to like, help the poor people, and take from the rich, like from the Valiant Empire is reminds me of like how Shinra is, like the Midgar in this game, because same thing with a company that, I mean, not a company, but a kingdom, because this one, in that one, is a kingdom and everything. That they only care about the upper class, they only care about themselves and everything. They don't care about they don't care about any other like nations and stuff. They're trying to take from other nations and things like that, and just make themselves stronger and whatever. They don't care about what's going on. The same thing in the Valiant Empire and Skies of Arcadia, where when you go to that to the capital, they have the upper class people, and then you can go to the slums. You see how they're living, how they're struggling and stuff. Very similar to this, And the main character, Vise, is like trying to help the poor people against the higher ups, like the power, like the politicians and stuff. And it's the same in this game, Cloud and his rebel faction with him, Barrett, and everybody is trying to go up against Shinra, and stop them from destroying the planet and helping, the poor people, So they have this group that gathered in the slums and everything, and they create this group. And now there's rebel faction that's going up against these big, these big name companies and stuff. Kind of like what's going on now in this world, like where they have these fat like rebels and stuff like that that's going up against, these evil politicians that we have and stuff like that in this world. And like, a lot of protests about certain things that politicians are trying to force on people, and mandates and all this other shit, and all the evil corruptness and all that stuff is going on, and all, things like that. It's very, very similar. And like, it just touches down on a real topic, touches down on something that is really going on, in this world that's been going on for so long. And I feel like that's been even more worse in this world now. Like people, like countries like here right now, where we have like this president and all this stuff. I'm not even against the politics right now, but this idiot in office and all this stuff, that how they're just destroying, what's going on, like destroying the country, and stuff like that, and inflation and all that other stuff going on. Other countries where they're trying to force people to do things over there, like in Canada, all that stuff, So this game actually has like, it has that real topic. It talks about all this stuff. It talks about the struggles of people, and how like the poor, like the people who's been going through so much, is like trying to like, they banded together, as a faction, just to take down these people. And how these corporations and the politicians, in the game, see them as the bad people, like they see them as thugs or like terrorists and stuff like that, when they're actually not. They're the good ones and they're the bad ones, but they're portraying like they're the bad ones to have everyone against them, and everything. So, and that's what I like about this game, and it's really cool. Story's great. I know I talked so much about the story, because like, you really sit down and stay, like, just listen, like, just watch how this game, like, just even like watch a video, like, just say like watch it like a video, like all the cutscenes and like just the dialogue and everything in the game. It really does touch down on what this game is about. And when you actually like, dive into the story and everything, you can definitely see that this is like, it's real stuff that's happening now, stuff that have been happening for years. So that's why I like the story so much. And then also you have Shinra's like fact. I mean, kind of like their own organization. They had the soldiers, and then after that they had the Turks, which is the Turks that's trying to like, that have been that chases you around and stuff throughout the game. They're trying to capture areas and stuff like that. And it's so cool. Like, I love the Turks. The Turks is like such a great like faction and everything. And the only other game that I know that had the only other game within the franchise that had a faction similar to the Turks was in Final Fantasy X-2 with the Syndicate. The Syndicate I really like, because they remind me so much of the Turks and everything, because they had their own like theme song and stuff like that. It was cool. So the Syndicate I loved in Final Fantasy X-2. Even though a lot of people didn't like that game. 10 of course, was the better version, the better one. But the sequel, I still like the sequel. I still like the sequel, you know. But yeah, so the Turks is a great group in this game and everything. And later on, like throughout the game with the Turks, they kind of like change their ways and everything, and they decide like they don't, you know, they're not gonna like go after you anymore and stuff. They're just doing their own thing now. And so it's cool, you know. That's why I like them. They're really, you know, interesting, like, you know, evil faction, but they're kind of like good in a way and all that stuff. But yeah, so is this such a great game? The world map is just like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. Like when you see the world map, once you leave Midgar and you see the world map, it's like it's just great. Like, you know, going around, you know, looking around, scrolling like, you know, scrolling the camera around, looking. So you got the nice like view, the water, the mountains, you know, the towns that you go to when you get your boat later on. I mean, your ship and everything. And it's like, this is so great, you know, like, and the high wind, when you get the high wind, oh my God, it's like, what's not to love, guys? It's such a great game. And what else I want to say, and before I like wrap this up, I think I talked so much already about this. Before I show the gameplay footage, um, I think that's pretty much most of what I can say with the game. Like, yeah, so I talked so much already about the story, so you guys already get the gist of the story, because I already spoke about it and how it, you know, how like feels like it pertains to like real things and stuff, real life stuff. I love that the summoners are great. They have really cool like scenes when you summon, you know, the monsters and stuff like that, the summonings. And also I like the cutscenes in the game. There's some great cutscenes. I feel like all the best cutscenes in the game was when you were in Midgar. I feel like that part of the game, you know, is like it was just like so like, I don't know, cinematic, I would say, and like so like action, you know, how to like get all like that action, those scenes and stuff like that, with everything that was going on before you guys escaped Midgar, especially the ending when you guys on the motorcycle and stuff, and you have the mini game you have to do before you leave, and you fight a boss before you leave Midgar. This is so good. Like, oh my god, like the Midgar, like the first disc to me was the best disc. Like I love the first disc a lot, because it really, you know, explained a lot about the characters, explain about, you know, about President Shinra, Midgar, and, you know, and all that other stuff. You know, it really, that first disc really set everything up, you know, for what's to come later on. You know, so the first disc was good. The second disc, towards it, like the third disc is like, you know, things are about to end. You know, you're almost finished the game, so it's like, oh, now everything is coming to an end. So it's like, you know. But the first disc was my favorite, and the second disc, you know, because this is it was just so great, like how, you know, they just explain everything, you know, how they talked about like all the characters, you know, like how to little like, you know, description of like the characters and what they're going through, how they became who they are and stuff like that. You don't see games like that anymore that really explains about characters and like, you know, like where they came from, like what led them to this stuff. You know, there's not many games that are like that, you know, now. And I feel like this game did it really well, you know, well done. You know, like I said, with the road maps are great. I always love JRPGs that are not freaking lazy. If I say it's super lazy, but freaking lazy, you know, that they don't have a roadmap in their games. Like games like Persona and stuff like that, they don't have roadmaps. And you can't, and if you do have a roadmap, it's like, it's just so basic. You don't get a boat, you don't get a ship, everything is just like so linear. You know, this game had it all. You know, you had your boat, you know, you had your ship, your high wind. Mainly the high wind is the main thing you had and everything. Actually, a boat you didn't have. You only can use a boat to like travel from Junian to what's the other place called? Costa. Damn, what was it called? It was Costa del Sol or something. Yeah, I think that was the name of the town. Yeah, you can use a boat for that. But you do get like a plane that breaks down, the Bronco, that you can use kind of like a boat because it crashes in the water and stuff. But then later on you get the high wind and stuff, and it's so cool because, you know, you're getting all these JRPGs. Once you get your vehicles and stuff, you get to travel more. You like find out other like little, you know, hidden places on in the road map and stuff like that. When you get the high wind, you can go higher and find like hidden places and stuff like that. It was just so great, you know. And now JRPGs don't have that anymore. You know, Trials of Cold Steel is a great franchise and everything, but they don't even have like an actual, I would say, road map, like an overall. That's the road. I would say road map, but overall is what I mean. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know, they don't even have that. They don't even have boats and ships you can get in the game. Still a good series, but still, you know. But this one had it all. Like these old school games had it all. You know, when it comes to stuff like that. And damn, I'm trying to see if there's anything else I missed. What else? Yeah, so this is so great. Oh, Ghost Saucer. That's what I want to talk about as well. So Ghost Saucer, oh my God. I don't know of any other games, JRPGs, that had a theme park, like a theme park you can go to. Ghost Saucer was kind of like, I'll say Ghost Saucer was this game's Six Flags, you know? And this is so great because it's like so many things you can do, like a lot of mini games you can do. There's even a ride you can go on the roller coaster, which is also a mini game, which is great. It's like you go on a roller coaster, you just think of that, you just go on a roller coaster and then it just ends, you know? But no, it's actually a mini game on the roller coaster where you play like it's like a little shooting game and stuff like that. You can like the amount of enemies and stuff that you get and the balloons and stuff that you pop with the little laser beam you have on the roller coaster. You get points and you can also redeem them for prizes and stuff. That's great. And also they have the Ferris wheel you can go on as well. You can go on. You can get like the hidden scenes. I think with Tifa and Aries, with like they're kind of like on a date and stuff like that. You can also go with the guys too on there, so which is good. For me and stuff like that. It is like Ghost Sauce is great. Like there's so much you can do. You have the battle arena you can fight and stuff. It's like their version of a tournament and all that stuff. And they have the arcade games you can play with the Mog game. You play Mog's House is called. And then they have the one where you can do like the boxing, the virtual boxing. It kind of reminds me of the boxing from like in Dave and Buster's when you go and you play that boxing game. And I forgot what it's called. They have a little board game for it too and everything. It's like a blue robot and a red robot, and you stand on this side, the person's on the other side, and they use the controls and stuff, and then they just punching each other. It's like that, something similar to that in this game, and this is so good. Like it's like what's not to love? Like you people who have never played this and play remake and they're saying that that's really great. That's like the best Final Fantasy of to you guys like of all time. Play this game, and I kid you not, you're gonna change your mind. Like you're gonna definitely change your mind and you could definitely say this is the one. This is the one, not that one. Because I'm pretty sure in the remake they took all that stuff. I don't even know what's gonna happen if they even add a Goat Saucer. Because if they don't add that place in the second game when it comes out, probably gonna put it in the third. Because like I said, there's like this piece by piece by piece that they're doing with this game. Like kind of like an episodic thing where you're paying $60, $65 for half of a game until you get the complete set. Like I don't like that. Like I hate that stuff so much with these freaking companies. And just like what I said with these money hungry corporations games, it's just like no, like these AAA devs, they're just freaking hungry for money, and I don't like that, So that's why I don't like Square Enix at all. You guys already see I ran on them so much. But Squaresoft is the people, like they really did some great games. They really went in. You can actually with these type of games, you play a Squaresoft game, you can see like all the like motivation, the love, determination they put into this game, the thoughts they put into this game, the creativity they put into this game, and innovative, aspects and the stuff in the game they put in. And so like you can tell that they really cared and they wanted to make something great. Not anymore, like do with a lot of these JRPGs, and the companies like Square Enix and stuff, not anymore. Like they changed so many times, so much, as I say, not too many times, but so much, but this game had it all. And like I said, this one and Skies of Arcadia is my two favorites of all time. There's plenty of other PS1 like great JRPGs on the PS1. I can't even. Oh, Legend of Dragon was also a good one, but I prefer this one over that. Star Ocean, the second story, I prefer over Legend of Dragon. If anything for the PS1, I would say this one and then Star Ocean. That'll be my two main best like JRPGs on the PS1, and on the PS2, oh my god, it's like so many. I don't even know which one's the name would be my best ones. But yeah, and that's pretty much all I want to talk about. I mean, I can go on for like hours talking about this game. This is how good it is, but I went so into this video already. I don't want to talk so much, because I talked a lot already on it, and there's so much like I said I can say about this game and everything, but it's just so good. It's so good. And man, this like sun is like this is on my face. So I'm quickly to wrap this up now. That's probably telling me, okay, enough is enough now. Like let's just get this over with. But so yeah, like I said, you guys definitely, if you haven't played this game yet, do yourself a favor and get it. I'd say this is definitely something, not even emulating. This is something you should have in your collection. Definitely have this in your collection. Like I said, it's not that expensive to get. This is way better. It's like I'll say like $50 you can get it for. But that's still better than paying $60, $65 for a remake when you're just getting half the game. And then the part two that's coming out soon, that's another $65. Would you rather do that would you just rather pay 50 something just to get the full game and a better experience? You know? So do yourself a favor and pick this one up. A PS1 is really cheap, you know, it's not expensive, you know, but I definitely say this is something you should have and not emulate. Especially because also with emulators, you know, this is 3 discs, so that's a lot of like downloading to doing stuff like that. But it's up to you. If you guys want to do emulation too, that's fine. But I definitely think this is something you should have in your collection, and this is something you should just play on his real hardware, you know, and everything like that, and just enjoy for what it is, you know, because it's such a great game, best JRPG of all time. And like I said, this is my number one. Skies of Arcadia is, I would say, is like really up there. It's like it's fighting with them, you know, to be my number one. But this is definitely my number one still because the story is so great and everything. And Skies of Arcadia has a great story too. Like it's kind of similar, like I said, with the stories and like how these two, you know, like factions, you know, trying to fight back against, you know, this evils going on, like the higher people and stuff like that, and you know, make things right in the world again. So yeah, and that's pretty much it I want to talk about. I really wish I had the manual. You know, I could have talked about the manual too. Maybe I'll have to get the manual and everything because I don't want to change the case. Like I said, this is nostalgia right here. This is like memories. So yeah, I wanna have it. So yeah, I want to keep it. I should say not have it. I want to keep it and all that good stuff. So yeah, so I'm gonna have the gameplay footage at the end for you guys to see. And like I said, it's only gonna be like the beginning parts. I don't think I'm gonna play that much to get to the real map for you guys. But there's plenty of other YouTubers on here. You guys could probably check out that just to see more of the game, you know. But like I said, I'm pretty sure me talking about it before you guys even see that gameplay footage should have convinced you guys already to get this. You know, it's a better version. Like I said, like you don't see other games like this JRPGs anymore, and it's like so sad. Like oh my god, I miss these days, you know. And this is why you guys know see that I'm like more of a retro guy, like how I prefer my retro games over the modern games because they're not the same anymore, you know. And you're not gonna get any games. You're not gonna get games like this anymore. On the PS5, PS6, whatever they come out with the future, you're not getting games like this. The only thing you're getting is this stuff with more graphics, like increased graphics, better visuals, but but that lacks gameplay, I would say, and they have plenty of more DLC and plenty of more installations and day one patches and all this other shit. This pop the game in, don't have to worry about DLC or installs or whatever installations. You just play the game, have fun, beat the game. You can get all the secrets in the game. Everything in the game is unlocked. You can unlock without having to pay for it, you know, like these new games and all that good stuff. But yeah, I talked long enough already. But like I said, it's because I really love this game and I've been dying to talk about this game. And I'm so happy I found this, so I'm able to do you know, legit, I would say, you know, a video on this with the game in my hand, you know, and instead of doing the emulation, which I was going to do at the time, but I like no, I rather have it. And you know, what's not, you know, great to have the original, you know, the one I had as a child, you know, playing and everything and all that good stuff. So yeah, guys. So let me know what you guys think. You know, comment section below and everything. And what are your thoughts on Final Fantasy VII? What are your thoughts on the remake? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? And all that good stuff. And yeah. So and that's about it. So like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. I'll definitely appreciate it. And I'll see you guys for the next episode as part of my retro game series. Take care.